200 values for your every human being, time and space. 233. The space can change the object's shape and its law of operation. The space includes the natural space and the space of thought. In different spaces, life and objects have different rules of operation and states of existence. The change in space can cause the change of life in the aspects of the physiological mechanism, mode of thinking, and the state of survival. One must change the space of activity if he wants to change himself. 234. The nature will offer us corresponding feedback to whatever information we input into it. There is no coincidence in the universe. The occurrences of all phenomena have their corresponding necessary factors. There is no natural phenomenon that does not have a cause. The necessary factors will inevitably lead to certain results. This is the program and the objective law that will not be subjected to the will of man. 235. The core of the knowledge of the greatest great and the good behavior is, everything is a result of the interaction between yin and yang, and yin and yang are the key links for the change of all things. And the world is divided into material world and a non-material world. In the universe, there are 20 parallel worlds, 36-dimensional space, and 36 8-diagram arrays. Time is the recorder of material movement. Time is not only longitudinal but also latitudinal. There are 8 ladders of thinking: matter thinking, image thinking, associative thinking, elusive thinking, visualized thinking, Taiji thinking, non-form thinking, and holographic thinking. Tao is the consciousness of the greatest great, and the universe is holographic. The universe is made up of 3 elements: consciousness, structure, and energy. Man falls into 5 categories: ignorant person, lady, mortal, sage, and celestial. Those who are driven by instincts are ignorant persons. Those by desires are ladies. Those by sentiment are mortals. Those by rationality are sages, and those by spiritual senses are celestials. Consciousness creates reality. The kind of consciousness will determine the kind of life form and living environment. Life has 8 mysteries, and life also has universal gravitation. Life is a short journey of life in the human world. The purpose of life is to live happily, joyfully, freely, and blessedly. And the ultimate goal of life is to reach Celestial Islands continent of the Elysium world. (236) The space can be compressed, expanded, and dissolved. 237. The passageways connecting the 36-dimensional space are called space tunnels. 238. Space is vitally important to man. A good space can bring man's capability into full play, can make man relaxed and happy, while a bad space will oppress human nature and check the exertion of man's talents, reducing him to a mentally and physically fatigued prisoner. Therefore, we should strive to create or enter the good space and avoid creating or entering the bad space. 239. Time is the recorder of the state of material movement. Time is born out of movement. Without movement, there would be no time. Time exists within the interior of every moving object and pervades the universe space of all objects. 240. Time has 8 great characteristics. Time is non-material. 2. Time can be negative and positive. 3. Time has particularity and universality. 4. Time is a variable. 5. Time pervades all the material space. 6. Time is both longitudinal and latitudinal. 7. Time has different connotations in different spaces. 8. Time can be compressed, expanded, and dissolved. 241. The time tunnel refers to the dense time networks, which are composed of positive and negative time and are widely distributed in the universe. 242. Time can change everything, and everything exists within a particular time frame. To make an object exist eternally, we should make its time of existence eternal. 243. In the latitudinal time and space, one cannot feel the loss of time, but in so far as the Earth's time is concerned, the several seconds of the latitudinal time and the space can be several decades or even thousands of years, or tens of thousands of years. 244. The flesh of man is in the positive space, while the spiritual entity of man is in the negative space. 245. The commonness of the universe is Tao, and the core of the Tao is the greatest creator. Revering the greatest creator and following its Tao means the perfect and harmonious unification of one's individuality with the universe commonness. Only those who have perfectly and harmoniously unified their own individuality and the commonness of the universe are people with a sober mind, and only they can have a bright prospect. If you have abandoned this general principle and direction, you cannot secure a bright prospect no matter how hard you engage in self-cultivation. 246. To break through the bondage of time and space, you must have a touch of whimsicality, abnormal thinking, and retroaction. 247. The negative universe will feed corresponding energy and results to whatever information we input into the universe. The significance of prayer, confession, and blessing also lies here. 248. There is no time in the non-material world. Non-material is the reaction to material. Non-material does not possess the characteristics of material. All materials are involved in the process of birth, growth, decay, and death. Non-material does not have birth and death, so there is no time in non-material and is thus permanent. From the perspective of the ever-existing universe, everything is but transient, illusory, and valueless. To obtain the eternal existence, one must break away from the control of time, and to break away from the shackle of time, one must work hard on the spiritual entity of life. When all conditions are ripe, success will follow. Once you have made the breakthrough, you can enter the latitudinal time and space at any time, and you will feel relaxed and happy, and you will be overwhelmed by the unparalleled beauties. 249. To enter the negative universe, one must understand the non-material. If you know nothing about non-material, you cannot proceed to the stage of advanced self-improvement and self-refining. And without advanced self-improvement and self-refining, it will be difficult to enter the higher level of life space in the negative universe. 250. It is impossible to get to know the non-material world by means of science, intellect, facts, and logical reasoning. The only way for us to know about the non-material world is to make our consciousness enter the non-material world. We should go personally to observe, just like entering the dreamland. We can only understand what non-material world is by personally involving in it. There are two kinds of non-material worlds. One is the non-material world perceived from time tunnel, and the other is the non-material world perceived from the space tunnel. The non-material world perceived from the time tunnel is longitudinal, and the non-material world perceived from space tunnel is latitudinal. That is to say, if you want to see about your past or your future, you must enter the time tunnel. And if you want to know about other non-material worlds existing at this moment, you must enter the space tunnel. 251. How can we reach the XYZ world of Celestial Islands continent from the human XY world? We can go there by adhering firmly to the 800 values of Chanyuan and actively participating in the construction of the lifetime era for mankind. The core content is the complete understanding of 8 models of thinking and the 8 secrets of life. To approach XYZ from XY, we must make use of time tunnel and space tunnel. And we should mainly rely on the space tunnel because we are not returning to the past, and we are moving toward the future. The movement from XY to XYZ is parallel, but there is a process of movement. Although the process is short, still time is needed. Therefore, we must also enter the time tunnel, which is a very short time tunnel in the latitudinal time. We will mainly enter the space tunnel and assess the celestial island's continent through it. When do we enter the space tunnel? Perhaps by far you have not realized that from the moment you become the Chinese celestial, you are already in the space tunnel leading to celestial island's continent. Although your flesh is still in the XY world, your spiritual entity has already been roaming in the space tunnel following the guide. We are on our way already. 252. If we cannot see anything in the material world, it proves that our naked eyes have gone wrong, have got blind, closed, or have been covered. If we cannot see anything in the non-material world, it proves that our spiritual eyes have gone wrong, have got blind, closed, or have been covered. 253. The sum of positive energy and the negative energy in the universe is zero. The total score of win or loss is zero. Behind the glory of winners are often hidden the bitterness and the misery of losers. Therefore, for the sake of other people's happiness, we should only take what is necessary for us instead of an insatiable greed for all the benefits. 254. 8 major dialectics of the universe. 1. Emptiness is form, and form is emptiness. 2. Poverty leads to wealth, and ending leads to beginning. 3. Humility reflects greatness, and minuteness exposes magnificence. 4. Life and death share the same root. When the yin is too powerful, the yang will be very weak. 5. Existence is interchangeable with non-existence. 6. When the heart is devoid of desire, the nature will become conspicuous, and when the heart brims with desire, the nature will be obscured. 7. Movement and stillness complement each other. Brightness and darkness depend on each other. 8. The obverse side is symmetrical with the reverse, and the proportion is held in check.